On to India's other neighbor, Sri Lanka. It is an important week for the Rajapaksas. Top Sri Lankan officials are in Washington, D.C. They are trying to secure that much-needed relief package. Back in Colombo, the Rajapaksas are trying to hold on to power amid mounting public anger. Take a look. Yes, the dissent against the Rajapaksas continues to spill onto the streets. The protesters want the Rajapaksas to go. Will the first family of Sri Lanka bend to their demands? No. In fact, the Rajapaksas are doubling down. They appointed a new cabinet today. 17 ministers have been named. None of the new members belong to the Rajapaksa clan, but a number of stalwarts have kept their cabinet positions. 5 members of the previous cabinet have been re-inducted. Most portfolios have been given to members of Rajapaksa's party, so this is not exactly a new cabinet. Also, there is no woman minister. It's an all-male cabinet. Listen in to what President Rajapaksa said today.
There's an opportunity to discuss in Parliament the views expressed by the various political parties on the required changes in the Constitution and to approve the necessary amendments. I'm ready to extend full support to Parliament at any time in this regard.
Now, what do these appointments achieve? Sri Lanka's President Gotabaya Rajapaksa had earlier pitched the image of a unity government. He wanted members of the opposition to take up cabinet positions. The offer was promptly rejected. So Rajapaksa ended up installing members of his own party. A country's leadership should inspire confidence, especially during this time of crisis. This new cabinet fails to do that. In fact, it adds to the political instability. A report has come out. This is from the Sri Lankan press. It seems like Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa was not happy about the new cabinet. He did not attend the swearing-in ceremony today. Why? It turns out the Rajapaksa brothers are at odds. Both had different ideas about what the cabinet should look like. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa wanted younger ministers. His brother, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, preferred experience. He wanted senior parliamentarians in key portfolios. Did Mahinda Rajapaksa not get his way? Well, his absence from the swearing-in ceremony raises a lot of questions. However, the bigger question is about survival. The Rajapaksa government is in minority. Remember, over 40 lawmakers have left their side. Can the Rajapaksa government survive a no-confidence vote? The opposition is not backing down. They still want to bring a no-confidence motion. When will the vote happen? There are no dates yet. Can there be a compromise? There is a possibility. But the Rajapaksas will have to make serious concessions. What does the opposition want? They want the 20th Amendment to be repealed. It was passed 2 years ago by the Rajapaksas. It reduced the powers of the Prime Minister and the Parliament. Essentially, it made the President more powerful. After the 20th Amendment, the President can sack the Prime Minister and his cabinet. He can dissolve the Parliament just 1 year after the election, and the President can do all of this at his discretion. There are no checks and balances. So the opposition wants the 20th Amendment gone. They want the Parliament to take back control. How this week pans out could decide the fate of the Rajapaksas. The pain for the people of Sri Lanka is only growing. Ahead of the meeting with the IMF officials, the prices of fuel were hiked. One of the retailers jacked up the prices by 35% today. Since the beginning of this year, petrol prices in Sri Lanka have increased by 90%. The price of diesel has jumped by 138%. In Washington, Colombo is expected to face some tough questions like how do they plan to manage their debt? Sri Lanka wants up to $4 billion this year. To get that money, Sri Lanka must present a plan to restructure its debt. Colombo wants help from other lenders as well. Sri Lanka is reaching out to the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank as well. The Sri Lankan government wants some more assistance from India. India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman is expected to meet her Sri Lankan counterpart. Last week, some reports had emerged. They said India is willing to commit another $2 billion in aid to Sri Lanka. The long-term solution, of course, is a bailout plan. Analysts are worried about the political instability in Sri Lanka. It is a clear risk for any lender because without a stable government, Sri Lanka will struggle to find its way out of this financial turmoil. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.